Welcome once again to the Comic Wrestling Podcast, the Survivor Series 30 Years of the Deadman edition. I'm Deadly Dave.
I'm Ace Williams.
I'm Markadius.
I didn't like that you were staring at me when you introduced yourself.
And this is the Wrestling Ring. And we're going to start off with the 5-on-5 Raw vs. SmackDown Survivor Series match. We're not going to watch the whole pay-per-view.
We're not going to watch any of it other than this and the Undertaker.
Because WCW is actually good at points. WWE is shit right now.
I won't watch it.
So, yeah, we're just going to play this while we're going through some stuff. But
I wouldn't gag a porn star with this product.
Are those live fans?
No, it's a video wall.
Oh.
But they say that they're live, but they're really not.
What is the point of this big black dude?
Because AJ Styles needs a big black dude for some reason that we've never seen before.
Well, I wouldn't have seen him before because I don't watch this shit. We only watch the pay-per-views, and that's sometimes.
Did you find him a bigger shirt?
Look, could you find him a smaller person? How about that? Then they gotta wear Fox on their fucking clothes now?
Dude, they are sucking the teat of Fox like crazy. Those billions of dollars, you know.
Fucking Braun Strowman looking like a Jack Big Show now.
And Keith Lee wearing the singlet, because, you know.
And every motherfucking wrestler talking like, oh, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm a real tough guy.
Look at that pretty boy.
He's a fucking turd sandwich now. All these guys are fucking losers. Except for Sheamus.
Who we cheered for like crazy at a live event when nobody
I would
else
still
was.
cheer for him.
I would too.
Because, especially at a live event, because Jesus Christ, this has got to be the most boring thing. You can literally hear the cameraman fart if you're in the ring.
And that's why one of the reasons the matches look like shit, because they're not calling any spots, because you can hear everything. I mean, you can hear. It was like watching that Grand Masters of Wrestling. You can hear the commentary, you know, through the cameras now. You know what I mean?
That was
like
awful video. But as he also said, this is the Survivor Series 2020, but it is celebrating the 30 years of the Undertaker. As you can see, the official sign on the tip of the table. It's exquisite.
And this custom-made Stormtrooper helmet that Ace made for me when Undertaker went 21-1 just to fucking rub it in. That the Undertaker finally lost.
Brock Lesnar!
I love this thing though. This is so fucking awesome.
And then there is an Undertaker Donatello at the tip of the table. It's all kind of we're here to sipple on the nipple of the deadly one because his favorite Ninja Turtle is Donatello. It is yours too, but you don't matter.
No.
And then there's the Undertaker, which is his favorite. Bang Lane! He messed with the Bang Lane!
He's starting to disappoint me. He really is.
Who's that?
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Just the whole.
I'm gonna call him for the rest of the show. I'm gonna call him the Undertaker.
Like the last ride, I like that they did the documentary showing him as a regular person.
But now
it's gone way too far. Yeah. Like I do not want to see you as Mark Calloway anymore.
Yes, you do.
It's
you just don't know what you want.
That's like when they did Hogan Knows Best. Like I don't want to see him around his fucking wife and kids. That. Like I don't care.
I didn't ever really watch that show.
His kids were out hand.
I didn't watch this TV shows like that.
His son's going out with a porn star now.
These are the only. They made more Undertaker DVDs than this. Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I got 3 of them. No garbage! You fucking trash!
I've got the Streak one on Blu-ray.
Oh, I bet you do have streaks, and I'm doubting they're blue.
That's a good movie.
You fucking set me up and I'm not going down. Blue Streak?
With Mark Morris. Freaking awesome.
What is this? Undertaker, the history of the Undertaker. I read that. My dyslexia kicked in. After this match, depending on how long it is, and after the Undertaker thing, we might
not watch the whole thing of that either.
Right. We might plug this in to see something. I don't know. It's just filler. It's filler. Because you know what you do with her? You fill her.
Filler.
I'm on fire today. And then the Undertaker, he buries him alive. Who the fuck is Quang?
That was Savio Vega under a mask.
I don't remember Quang.
Like Harvey Whippleman is his name.
Quang sounds like an Asian duck. I'm a super yawn named Quang! Quack, quack!
That's the other duck from The Pest. Quang.
Right! Quang and Ducky. Was that it? Ducky?
Quacky.
Quacky and Quang.
What if they did it to you?
Quacky and Quang. I'm going to go on a little bit of a small Walmart thing. There it is. You have my thoughts. No, I went to, on not Black Friday, but within like the last couple of weeks, I bought my daughter 90% of the Disney Pixar DVDs on Blu-ray. But this is one of them. Ratatouille she did not have on Blu-ray, so I was looking for it, right? I went to the Walmart, what is it? Burgoyne? No. Dix Avenue? No, what the
Quaker,
fuck is...
Quaker Road.
Quaker.
Yeah, Route 9.
No, the
Route 9's mine.
new one.
Oh.
Yeah, no, not the one you're talking about. I went there, and they had it on Blu-ray, so I was like, oh, shit. And they still had it in the bin, not bin, I guess you'd call it, kiosk, where it says limited time, $10, you know, the color system. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The promo color system. Now, this was not during the sale time. This was just randomly when I was in Walmart. I was like, well, fuck, if it's still there, and they're all still there, $10. I didn't think twice about it, right? So I get out to the car, and then I'm like, well, fuck, let me think twice about it now that I paid for it, because I didn't look at it bringing it up. It's $20. I was like, well, not today, it's not. I'm not doing this. So I went back inside, and I asked the lady, I was like, oh, this says $10 in the back along with the rest of them, and I was expecting it to be $10, and it wasn't. She's like, oh, well, that deal is done and over with. I was like, well, you have yourself a good day. I would like my money back, please. So not only for a $10 movie that could have been, so it's originally $19.99, she gave me $21.62 back. So I made a couple of cents.
Wow.
Right, whatever. And then, a couple of days later, hold on a minute. Pause this.
Pause.
Couple of days later, went to your Walmart, Route 9 Walmart, and same thing. I see the bin, and they have Ratatouille, the only fucking one. I'm like, well, you're trying to give me this movie now, God. So I grabbed it, and bring it up to the counter or whatever, and it brings up $10. I'm like, oh, then that's something. So,
Son of a bitch.
I don't know why that bitch at the one Walmart at the customer service didn't honor that.
Because she's fucking dumb.
Because she's a dumb bitch. And I'm going to say it again. You're a dumb bitch and you lost yourself $21.62.
And you know what? That shit bothers me as an employee because they leave that shit out even though the sale's not going anymore, and all it does is just fucking create problems.
Yes.
And they know it. Like, you know that those sales are ending. Don't leave that shit with the promo.
I wanted to say to her this. If that's the case, then you go back there, you can leave them in the kiosk thing, but black out the promo thing on the purple box itself. Not each DVD, because then if people see, okay, there's a yellow sticker on it, well, let me look at where, oh, it's all blacked out, so it's not the price. That's all you gotta do. But, no, now you're probably gonna...
Or even, they print signs up all the time. Print up a sign, put it over there saying the sale is no longer...
That,
active.
or you fucking look it up real quick and be like, well, can I honor this then? If there's... Because that, to me, is when the customer is right. That is the prime example of the customer is always right when, well, shit, these 4K TVs were $155 yesterday, but the sticker's still on it.
That's when you honor it.
Right! The sale code is still there, like...
Because you're giving them, like, false hope, and that's not right.
And you're gonna piss people off that way.
Yep.
And you don't want... I mean, that... If it has a thing where it says void over the sticker, and then somebody still says, well, the sticker's still up. Yeah, but we've acknowledged it and we voided that.
Right.
Alright. Fuck you, you bastard. But it's not even... But, you know, I did.
No, I get why... No, I get why you're...
That's my only tangent on that. I don't want to throw that. But I was going to. I did see a clip of this, and I totally did forget. And I just didn't... I wanted you to see how stupid it was. Go ahead and start.
Seth Rollins on his knees. I don't know if I really want to see
For a big
that.
white man, baby. You know you like it, daddy.
For Rocksteady.
Fight him.
What are you doing? Fucking do it. Gotta do it, man. What is that? The only baby face on that team is fucking Otis?
I think they're making Owens a babyface too.
Otis and Owens?
Yeah.
I am a messiah. I sacrifice myself for the team. Is this the bullshit we're going with? What is this stupid shit?
Yeah, It's fucking horrible.
Look at him. Look at his face. Like, he's holding that that's bad.
This is...
And people talked about the finger poke of doom.
I know, right? That actually made sense. This is fucking ridiculous. How anybody watches this product and enjoys it,
Your team should beat you the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
A buckle bomb, or whatever, what does he call this power bomb on the corner there, or the side? Does he,
I don't know. I don't know what he calls it, but...
He probably... Is it illegal
on
to do
the apron? Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But it just... This is... There's no reason for these Survivor Series matches. At least back...
And that says USA! For the TV! Come on!
And back when they did it in the 80s and 90s, the feuds intertwined and they actually had reasons to fight each other.
Well, that's what this should be. No.
This is just brand against brand.
This shouldn't even be brand against brand. You got a team that says the USA Network, and then you got a team that says the Fox Network. That should be your fucking feud. What network is gonna be better?
But they aren't smart enough to realize that.
Maybe there's legations they can't do it, but to me that's the only feud, because who gives a fuck about the brand recognition when you fucking crisscross applesauce them all the time in super shows? This is so stupid. And this little fucking pig-nosed fuck, I hope he breaks his toes.
Yeah, I don't care for Riddle.
Bro, I'm a fucking tool, bro.
Looks like he's a surfer.
He's a former MMA fighter.
Oh.
And now his name is just Riddle, because they want to get rid of Matt. So it's just Riddle.
You know what it is? It's because of the allegations that he's had against him, the sexual allegations and stuff like that. So they don't want people Googling Matt Riddle. So if people just Google Riddle, it won't come up with that kind of stuff.
Shit.
Yeah.
So that's the big guys.
Thing. See, I like Otis. Otis is a good character, but they're never going to do anything with him. He lost the Money in the Bank to Miz.
Because he's kind of a joke. I mean, yeah, he's a good technical wrestler, or whatever, but he's... I don't even know. It just doesn't work anymore. Everything has to be ha-ha. There's no more badasses for the sake of being badass. That's the only reason, to me, people are like intrigued by Roman Reigns, is because he's coming across as just this fucking badass. No laughter about him, no joking about it, no goofiness to it.
But if Brock Lesnar hadn't done it for the past decade, you know what I mean?
But no, I'm saying the equivalent of wrestling.
No, I get it.
It's a joke.
Yep.
These guys are credible athletes, but nobody is like a credible fucking like superstar.
Yeah.
Nobody comes across as believable. Like they're cookie cutter. Everyone's the fucking same. There's no personality. Like I'm saying, Keith Lee coming onto the scene, Mr. Randy Orton. Like what? You are a big dude. Why are you talking like a gentle fucking giant? Because that's the stereotype. Mm. Big Show's done every big man angle that there's ever been to do. You need to do something. Like, they don't make monsters anymore. And then when they do, you have Lars Sullivan, who's hated on the internet and used horribly in the product. I've never even really seen him other than a couple of matches. He looked great in NXT. They throw him away. You have AOP. Looked amazing in NXT. You throw him away in WWE. War Raiders, where the fuck are they?
Right. And you know what?
It's just garbage.
And also, a lot of these guys from NXT, all they do is wrestle in NXT. They don't wrestle veterans. Right. They don't. So when they come up to the main roster, they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
You're right. You're 100%.
They have no idea.
Yes. Because it's a different style. It's all different.
Yep.
And to me, Braun Strowman now, he is a walking action figure. There is no...
He's been watered down.
He just doesn't look fun anymore. When he was a big fucking, like, redneck-looking lumberjack, scary fucking the monster among men, he was awesome. But now he's just...
He could be in the War Raiders. Yeah. He could just be a third big dude with them.
Right, okay, perfect. You say that. You could have literally, if the War Raiders existed in the 90s, it would have been a team like Demolition, which would have got over, but then you would have had a third man like Crush come in. And that would have been Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
He would have been like, well, he was great by himself for a little bit, but God, we got to do something now with him because we don't really know. Well, he looks like these guys. Let's put them together. And then you got AJ Styles, who's awesome. You got Kevin Owens, who's awesome, but they're WWE brand. And they're not...
It's bad. It really is bad.
I don't enjoy it. And when you hear, like, the podcasts and shit, like, why did you suck it? That's weird. When you hear Cornette, you hear JR, you hear all the fucking legend guys like that with their podcasts. The one thing I don't get about all of them, and they all do it, is they deconstruct wrestling. And it's like, what happened to the suspension of disbelief? Are you trying to make me believe that... I don't know what they're trying to make me believe. But when I hear Cornette saying something like... I mean, I know you and I have said it before, Dave. Well, why is Moxley out there in front of a power plant? What the hell sense does that make, right? Well, it makes a lot of sense. He's a loner. Who the fuck's hanging out there?
How often was Mick Foley in a fucking boiler room?
Right, well, I'm thinking Undertaker. Was Undertaker just have cameramen on his call that go to the graveyard and do promos for him? You want me to believe that guy... I mean, he does exist. But you want me to believe that character of The Undertaker exists walking around the world?
Yep. And lately he's been saying, oh, well, all these fights in the back and nobody knows who did what. I'm like, that used to happen all the fucking time in the WWF.
Right.
People used to get beat down and you didn't know who it was.
Right, so
Austin got hit by a fucking car and we didn't know who it was.
Right, you're breaking down everything to the point of if you do that, then none of it makes sense and why bother?
And it never made sense.
You're one word away from saying it's fake. And Brian Last did say that to him the other day. He goes, it's fake, Jim. And Cornette goes, you watch your tongue. I was like, oh, shit. Because he was going off about something. I don't even know. The Pele! He laid there and just took it like a bitch! Oh, Riddle's going to come in and get the pin.
And like the bodyguard, who the fuck are you protecting him from right now?
Why isn't it not Joseph Parks?
Right? That's the only thing I hope for in the Royal Rumble, that we get an Abyss.
Look at that. Look at this pig-nosed looking motherfucker. He looks like his face is too tight.
Jay was in MMA? How was he in MMA?
I don't know. I haven't watched
Hey, y'all see
in a
who
long
won
time.
the match between...
I heard about it.
Ooh. It definitely was fixed.
And watch it.
I mean, it was fixed.
Was it Tyson?
I don't know if it was fixed. No, it was a draw.
They called it a draw.
I don't know if it was fixed because before the match they did come out and say there's not going to be a decisive winner. Which, to me, it was definitely Tyson.
Yeah.
I watched a snippet of it earlier on YouTube,
it.
and I was like, Jesus Christ, Tyson looks great. Jones just kept hugging the ropes.
Oh.
He didn't have a fight in him. And he just gave him a lot of money.
He knew that Tyson would knock him the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because that's what Tyson was going in for.
Yeah,
he wanted somebody out.
Yep.
But they paid him like $10 million to do it. So if I was a retired fighter, but again, you're getting in the ring with Tyson, so... Oh, the 10 feet to the Bowery!
That's like...
Two.
They just lay there and take it. Like, you know... Yeah, it's
That's
dumb.
gotta suck.
I have some cliff notes here. I would like to talk about... You already saw it. You did not. There is a new Black Panther. I know this is not the comic shop, but I'm going to
We all
intergender this up a bit. Or interspecies erotica?
Intergender.
Whatever, people.
Interspecies erotica.
There's a couple of things I said wrong there. Black Panther intro, which there is a new one, which it's the Marvel intro to all the MCU movies, where they, interchange the superheroes and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And they did it Black Panther style with Chadwick Boseman in that.
Awesome.
And then it turns purple. That's my personal favorite part.
That's great.
It's on Disney Plus. That's the intro for Black Panther now. I hope they use it for the sequel. They kind of did that with Captain Marvel, with Stan Lee being in the intro to that one.
Oh, yeah.
I think that should have been the continuation. They should have used that for every Marvel movie. But now that they're not, I think they should use it for the rest of the Avenger-specific movies. Because whatever, right? But also today, what is today's date? Lay it on me, Daddy!
29th.
The 29th of November, 2020. Today would have been Black Panther Chadwick Boseman's 44th birthday. So, in that, happy, birthday to Chadwick Boseman, who, obviously, if anybody's listening, we lost, and it sounds horrible, like a couple months ago. But there's that. So check out that on Disney Plus in honor of him. And also, someone that has passed away today is the original body actor for
Darth Vader.
Why don't you? You're like a kid. You can't just let me have it. It wasn't setting it up. Yeah. Was the fucking... You ruined it, Dave. You awful.
I didn't know.
David Prowse passed away today at 85.
Oh.
And then... Also something that died, that you're not going to fucking cut me off on. I bought New Mutants, which is the death of Fox and all that good shit. So in the opening of this, it does not say 20th Century Fox Entertainment. It just says Disney, you cunts. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It should. It should just... Mickey should pop up out of a Fox logo and be like, ha-ha, fuck you!
Fuck you!
And then it's just like, damn, this movie's savage. But it doesn't. It just says 20th Century Entertainment. So no Fox, no mo. Yeah, it doesn't even say Fox on the back. It just says 20th Century. So that's kind of an end of an era. And I'm going to do a quick little spoiler-free review of this. It was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I really did. It's slow in the beginning. It connects very much so into the X-Men universe of those movies. It was fun. Like I said, the beginning is kind of slow. Don't go into this expecting a high-octane, get the team together, let's go fight supervillains. It's not that kind of fucking movie. It is definitely a slow horror thriller superhero movie. There's never really been one like this other than Blade, but it's not even as exciting. I don't want to say it like that. Blade is full balls to the wall. This is not. So there was... Oh, yeah. There is a cool little cameo of Marilyn Manson somewhere within this movie.
Whoa,
so have fun looking for that. The mutants were pretty cool. I liked all their powers. I really did. I thought the CGI was fantastic, and the goddamn Demon Bear was fucking cool. That's all I'm going to say. Demon Bear. It was awesome. And a fucking dragon.
Demon Bear.
A little fucking... This movie was cool. That's all I got. Actually, did you guys see when they were releasing these?
Yeah.
The Fox movies?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought this one was just fun, because he cut his own arm off. Which is kind of like, man, fuck you, he lost his arm!
I've never seen 127 hours, but...
It's a good movie. Not many movies make me uncomfortable. This was one of them. From the time he's just doing his own thing, from when he gets his arm locked into the goddamn between two tight places, that moment to the end of the movie, I'm like, God, get it over with. Just fucking end it. Because it's excruciatingly uncomfortable. Oh. It's some of the most uncomfortable stuff I've ever bared witness to. But New Mutants is good. I do suggest it to anybody. Now, I watched a lot of reviews for it. People shit on it. Rightfully so. But, did they win?
Yep, Team Raw.
And then none of them got eliminated. So you can't even have one of them be like, I'm the sole survivor. Oh shit, here comes the Luther. What is his name?
I don't even know what his fucking name is.
Does he have a shirt on, or is that just part of his skin? He's so... Look at him. He's like, damn, I don't even know. He's huge, though.
He is huge. Because Strowman's big, real big, so...
So yeah, there you go. There's your Survivor... Oh, nice. That could have been a real good fuck-up, though. Well, you know where the storyline's going with Jimmy, or Jay, whatever. He was the last... He was a sole survivor. Now he's going to get fucking incarcerated by Roman because you didn't win it. Or maybe you did good, cousin. You're the last one. Oh, shit.
Now, so why are you trying to break the... I was going to say, why are you trying to break them up now? What does it matter? The fucking match is over. Why do you care if they start fighting? You're not going to do this again.
They're like forming like they're a faction.
Gotta get our shit in, bro.
This is just... stupid.
Yeah. Fucking dumb.
It's dumb and fucking...
I'm glad we talked through the whole...
I have... You know what? I'm done. Hold on. I've been waiting to say this.
Uh-oh.
The World Wrestling Federation. For over 50 years, the revolutionary force in sports entertainment. Thank you. That's all I've got. That's all I had.
Oh! Roman won! I'm so surprised.
Because you know what? The heel needs to get over the baby face.
There's baby faces?
Not in AEW, brother. This does nothing for me. Look at those people. They're just so two-dimensional. There's no depth to any of this.
No.
And at this point, Heyman with him doesn't make sense to me anymore.
It didn't make sense to me at the beginning.
Like, he should beat the shit out of Heyman to get some heat and say, I'm the head of the table,
Right.
I don't need him anymore.
And then Lesnar come in and be like, yeah, don't do that to my little man.
Because what are you waiting for? Just for him to cut promos with The Rock back and forth? You know, Heyman and The Rock?
Right.
When they finally do that at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Didn't it come out that he has, like, leukemia or some condition?
It came out that he was gay.
They said that he did, and then...
I don't doubt that he did.
But they used it for him to go fucking film Hobbs and Shaw with The Rock. Like, it was really, you know,
they
uniquely timed. Yeah.
He looks awful.
Who?
Stone Cold?
Stone.
Yeah.
You know what? That was years ago, that fucking interview was. Or no, was the blue-shirted one, that was the first one he did?
No, this is the new... They did a second one.
Wow.
You get down! Stop choking on people, you stupid dog! I'm gonna choke you and kill you, and I'm gonna say it right here on the record, I'll kill my fucking dog! There's not enough people to call animal control that watch us, so I'm not worried about anything. I can whip my dick out and you guys, and I start punching it, and you guys be like, look at him beat that little mouse to death. And nobody out there watching or listening would give a fuck. They'd be like, well, you should call fucking... I don't know, but not animal control. Look, he took Corey Graves' fucking hair. Mike Rome, your ass right back to the locker room.
Look at this fucking goof in the back. Look,
Yeah.
Michael Phelps behind him. Just,
Honey,
move my camera.
I would literally...
Is that his pregnant wife?
I would just sit there just dumping gallons of milk on myself. If I was,
Why not? Yeah.
and then, like, eating... Dude, I know you've never watched it. Have you ever watched the Eric Andre show?
Yeah.
God damn, is that funny.
Yeah, great.
Oh, my Lord. The shit he does. He went on a Subway. This guy, he's done so many ridiculous fucking things. But this guy, Eric Andre, went onto a Subway with a dog cone around his head in a black fucking, like, full-on, like, pajama-legged onesie with, like, Fruit Loops all over it. Goes onto the Subway, onto a train, and just stands there and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get the Fruit Loop job. I'm your communion. Eat from me. And he just drops to his knees in front of all these people on the Subway, pours milk in the funnel, and starts dumping Fruit Loops in there and handing spoons out, dumping it on people. Like, that is so fucking funny, man. That honestly puts the Jackass shit when they try to do just, not the physical comedy, but when they would try to just do, like, funny shit and fuck with people that way. This dude's...
He's been doing it for...
light years ahead of him. He was on Jimmy Kimmel, and, you know, Jimmy Kimmel's got the set and whatever. He brings out, like, a 20-foot fucking, like, lifeguard, seat.
Oh, yeah, like
And
the ladder.
Yeah, and he's sitting up in the lifeguard seat, and Jimmy Kimmel's like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, this just makes me feel comfortable to be higher than everybody, superior. And, like, Jimmy Kimmel's, like, looking at him the whole time, like, it's just the most random shit, and it's hysterical.
So basically they're doing the Ric Flair send-off, just bringing out a shitload of people.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm gonna let all this play through. You know what?
Was that Shane McMahon that just came out?
Yeah,
Shane, Big
Big
Show,
Show,
and JBL.
JBL.
We'll have a little bit of sound.
Shane.
Like this is not the way his career should end.
I don't know who
Like,
JBL is.
Get the fuck out! Get out! He's a wrestling god, you peasant.
I know JBL Audio.
JBL, he created that.
Oh.
No, he didn't.
And like, if you're showing respect for the Undertaker, you wouldn't be painting your fucking face.
Well, he's got the Taker logo on it.
But still,
Why don't you fucking pay attention
still,
to it,
I don't think
David?
I don't think that.
I would be painting. I don't know. I would probably just. Oh, you know what I would do if I was Jeff Hardy? I was gonna paint my face. I would do the old school like dry ice with like or whatever the fuck Taker did with like the darker eyeliner.
Yeah.
And come out, but not. I mean, but again, you got Jeff Hardy and JBL. I wouldn't be coming out as JBL. I'd be coming out as fucking Bradshaw or something.
no way.
No, it's not. It's not me. Oh my God! It's a fucking homeless man.
Oh, that's great.
Look at that beard.
Look at him.
God, you know he's doing Santa Claus at some point.
Oh, yeah. He loves doing that shit.
Bang, bang!
He's great.
Let's keep
no
track how
teeth.
many of these guys we've met.
No teeth.
Okay.
There's Mick Foley, Jeff Hardy, and JBL. There's 3 of them so far.
Awesome.
I mean, it will be cool to see all the people
standing up for him.
They'd be standing up for every one of these guys.
Oh, met the Godfather. That's 4. I mean, I get why they're doing this, but it.
No, wait till you see it. No, I'm gonna gripe about it. I'm not gonna ruin it right
No
now.
hose.
There you go. That's a gripe. That's something he even bitched about on his Twitter.
Yeah, hose, buddy.
Yep.
It's just.
He was cool as fuck.
You use so much mystique of his character over the year, and I get you.
He wants to like slap people's hands, and you know he motherfucking can't.
You peeled back on the last ride, but this is just. He wouldn't do this 10 years ago, even like.
It doesn't bother me that he's doing this. It's just the whole.
But like you said, he's sold out. Like it's just.
Somebody's
The fucking Godwins?
Oh, somebody's using a power tree.
Phineas?
Phineas and Henry!
Why? Because they were in his fucking backstage
No,
group.
because these guys are real friends. I mean, you're shitting on it hard for reasons I'm not getting. Like, I'm gonna shit on it for, like, logic reasons. I mean, they're I get why they're doing all of this, because these are Undertaker's friends. These are people he's actually had relationships with. Because I'll say it. Godfather even was on like his Twitter saying the night before this was way better. Basically saying I don't know why they didn't let us do more. They don't do anything. They literally everyone comes out, then it cuts, and then it comes back. None of these guys say anything. Taker doesn't come out with these guys in the ring. Nothing. They literally bring them out and then they go away. No one says a fucking word. That's the shit that I find stupid. This should have been treated like a Hall of Fame moment where you've got pictures of Undertaker around, or not a picture, maybe a statue or something in the ring, or he does come out and all these guys tell you a story or give you. This whole Survivor Series should have been dedicated to Taker with 2 matches in it. The Survivor Series matches. And then Undertaker. There's no brother love, none of that, none of this, they did it just to do it. And that was it. Like, I was expecting when Jericho's 30th, we saw that and it was kind of a sham, I was like, man, the Taker one's going to be it's just going to kill it. I think it's better only because of who they can have on the card. But overall,
it's just to parade out guys.
Yeah.
To parade out guys.
Yes, it is. I mean, yeah, all these guys have personal reasons to be there, but without giving any of them a reason to tell you why they're there, it's just a reunion.
Yeah, and if you don't know his history, like if you're a casual fan and this is your first pay-per-view,
right,
you have no fucking clue why these guys are coming out.
Right. Absolutely. Everything should be looking like The Undertaker right now. Everything should be dark, ominous, foreboding, smoke. Give it the grandeur that it fucking deserves. Like, don't pander to the goddamn screens.
Those shouldn't even be up.
Right. It should be dark purple.
And you've got
colors.
And like the canned fucking, crowd and all that stuff, like the crowd noise, it's not fucking
a lot
real.
of it. Yeah, no, exactly. That was a big fucking thing they were bitching about, even during the whole everything Undertaker, is the what do they call it? The not voicing over, but the
dubbing.
The dubbing over of the sounds. Like, yeah,
he's turned into a fucking joke.
He's just a dipshit. Now that, you don't I don't want to say it like that, because a lot of these guys aren't dipshits. But, someone like Shawn Michaels, now that you don't live that character, You just look like a dumb fuck.
Is it wrong to say he was better when he was on drugs?
No, a lot of them were better when they're on drugs. A lot of them were, hey, a lot of them were alive when they were on drugs.
It's true.
Had to be better at that point, right?
Yeah.
Woo! Well, I mean,
Oh my god!
He is the greatest.
They got some fucking names to come out.
Would they wrestle 18?
Yes,
Oh my
WrestleMania
God.
18.
Woo!
This guy needs a wheelchair up just about.
We lost. I forgot to keep track of who we've met.
10 of them? 10 so far.
10. He looks good.
He looks better than he did last year, that's for sure.
He looks good. I love him.
Were you implying the minute they get off drugs, they tend to die? Is that where you were?
Not even that. Just drugs kill him.
Yeah. Okay.
But when they were on the drugs, it's past tense. They were still alive, is what I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
Shawn Michaels, when he was... Dave's implication is when he was on drugs, he was better. Now that he's alive and not on drugs, he sucks.
And Jeff Hardy has never not been on drugs.
And
so
Jeff Hardy sucks now, and it is cool to see the Godwins.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm hoping they get them for the
Savio Vega.
for the WrestleFest tag team.
That would be cool.
I'd like to meet the Godwins. That'd be Triple H.
Do we really need to have the NXT
wow.
logo there, though?
Especially when the product has been sucking lately.
And it only makes sense. We're gonna do the history of all these people, but Triple H had 3 matches with the Undertaker at WrestleMania: 17, 27, and 28. 28, 29?
27 and 28.
27 and 28. He won every single time. Triple H did. He won every single one of those matches.
Wow.
Yep. Isn't that badass how he beat
Yeah.
You a fucking liar.
Triple H is boss.
He lost every one of them. Triple H
Ah.
lost every fucking one. But he had an awesome Hell in a Cell match with Taker.
I do like, though, that this is happening on the exact anniversary of 30 years.
That's the only reason they're cashing
Yeah.
in on it, because he retired 10 times within the last 2 years.
Yep. But he debuted...
Oh, Kane!
November...
Watch! He's going to come out with no
way.
fucking mask over his mouth,
No
and he's going to be
way.
surrounded by people.
Yeah.
We met him a couple weeks ago.
So
Oh, come
that's
on.
11.
If Undertaker's not going to come out and stand next to you, there's no fucking point in being in your fucking ring gear. That isn't even the original ring gear you debuted in when you fucking met the Undertaker on TV.
He doesn't
for the
even.
first
He doesn't
time.
even look like. He doesn't even care to be there.
Nah.
He could look. He doesn't. Just doesn't.
He's got Mary. What's the word?
Memory gland?
No, Mario. I'm trying to use the word mayor.
Mario.
Yeah, I didn't know how to say it. But he's got corporate things to do. Look at him. He's got the red rooster's feathers all over him.
It's just.
He's ready to fight, I think.
I wish a couple of the other ones. I mean, the old Godwins are kind of dressed to compete.
Mhm.
And Foley. And that's it.
That.
Wow, he was about to say something.
That is
too.
legitimately it.
Did
you buy your Undertaker 30th anniversary grown-up kit
No.
on their shop?
No, I did not.
Saw Tim Beagle did.
Well, good for him.
He's a hardcore fan, dude. Everything he posts is non-stop wrestling. Just like
Good for him if he enjoys this shit.
you get a mask, dude. You get the mask, man. You get the mask. You get the little gray mask that the Undertaker wore at one time.
See, now, like,
why wasn't Hogan there?
do a couple
Golly.
like short highlight videos in between each person if you're gonna have all these guys come
Would he
out.
put his eyes up in his head, or
Yeah,
would he
he- oh,
wear
yeah,
contacts?
He would take his eyes out of
He
his head.
literally could roll his eyes in the back of his head.
Oh, that guy's on every meme I've ever seen.
Every meme you've ever seen.
Yes.
That's horse shit.
That guy's in so many memes.
Dave, is it an accurate statement at all to say Paul Bearer is on every meme ever?
He's in every one.
No, he's not. That is so inaccurate. I can think of at least 15 memes.
That's fake news. That's
right. You are the Onion.
Fine. He's a weirdo.
Paul Bearer, yeah, was the storyline father of the Undertaker and Kane.
And he was an actual mortician, which is even makes it even
Wow.
cooler. That was my favorite time. The Ministry of Darkness.
Oh,
That
Right,
was
like
some good
Cornette,
shit.
you want me to believe that shit's real?
Right.
You want me to believe Undertaker's riding around with a crew like that, with a fucking druids? And
when they're going to embalm him alive, Paul Bearer and Undertaker, there just happens to be a camera in the fucking mortuary.
Right.
And Kane shows up with nobody noticing, yeah. And he's in his gear.
You got to stop breaking down that wall of suspension. And that's the part where you want the fans to believe.
That's one of my gripes with him is he picks and chooses what he bitches about. He doesn't go. He has no memory of certain things. And Brian Last never calls him out on a lot of that stuff.
No, he doesn't.
You know,
I would like to see, but I feel like Conrad wouldn't do it anymore. But I'd like to see Conrad and Cornette.
It's all become a business for Conrad now. Like those shows.
I feel like all of them. The Bischoff one, I don't listen to it at all because he doesn't. Someone was asking him earlier. Oh, well, what did you think when Ric Flair brought Big Gold to the to WWF in '92 or whatever? Well, I'll be honest. I wasn't watching WWF, or he goes, I wasn't watching WWE, or let's say WWF. There's no reason that we can't say WWF anymore because now that and he completely inverts the. And I'm like, I can't fucking do
And then
this.
other questions he'll give a detailed fucking answer on.
As long as it fucking benefits him. Now, why didn't you have people like this out there? Everybody. Cena, Batista, Edge, Orton.
This is a great video, but it just...
It's uneventful.
Yeah. For how much he's revered and how much you've built him up. For this to be... And I know his Hall of Fame thing is going to be huge eventually when they do it.
It's next week, matter of fact.
And I've seen people post, who should induct him? Who should, Kane should, Vince McMahon should. We've discussed it before. Don't have anybody. Just let him fucking talk and do his own thing. Like, he should be the only person inducted that year.
I would like a handful of people to come out and tell stories and then sit around him as he comes out at the end of the night and...
But not a true induction like they do.
That doesn't even make sense to me. What do you mean?
Like, just one person coming out and telling one story. Like
no, that's what I just said. I'd like a couple people, handfuls of people to come out at different times, when it's their time or whatever, talk for, like a regular Hall of Fame. And like you said, I would even be okay with him being the only inductee that year, it being like 2 hours, but people coming out and telling stories about The Undertaker. And then letting Undertaker come out have Vince McMahon, even, maybe not induct him, but there's got to be somebody that introduces him. I mean, you have to have I don't want the show just to start and then Undertaker's just standing there talking. I'm like, well, this just feels out of place.
But I'm sure they'll do his huge entrance with the music and...
Like this, look at this rickety old bastard.
Oh my god.
He's looking like he's about ready to fall over. He's got his hand in his pocket just to hold himself up. Like
Yeah, he looks like a peeled back fish.
They'll probably do that same thing at the Hall of Fame. They'll just have guys walk out and stand there while he talks.
He looks like he's got a different face or
Does
makeup.
he get Botox
something.
daily?
Something about him.
He's looking like a male Joan Rivers with that fucking face.
He's looking...
He looks awful.
He does. Yeah. Like, when Ric Flair looks better than you at this point...
His eyes are all fucking bugged out.
Yeah. It's like his eyes are sunk in, but his cheeks are puffed out, and it's...
This is nightmare fuel.
Somebody tweezed his fucking eyebrows. He looks surprised
that
all the time.
Sinister right there.
He's looking like fucking James Mitchell. Like,
laugh at him, but jeez, I mean, I'm glad he's wearing purple at least. I don't know, maybe that was coincidence.
Right.
But this whole thing should just feel Undertaker-ish. Have druids come out there and stuff.
See, now, actually, have the guys that all came out as druids and have them one at a time fucking take the hood off and reveal who they are as his friends.
That feels very corny. And I'm not saying Cornette corny, but I wouldn't... why? Like, are you implying that they've always been druids? Because what's the surprise there? You're already surprising me by introducing them. Is it a double surprise of who's under it? Because now I'm disappointed when it's not who you say it is. Or who I think it is. Because I bet one of them druids is going to be under Stone Cold Steve Austin or something, and then it's like, oh, it was fucking Shane McMahon. Rikishi's would be a dead giveaway.
Yeah. His ass.
Oh, you got Tesla coils.
Dong.
And they have this huge fucking entrance set for no fans in the building.
Is Taker coming out?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh, that's cool.
That is cool that they're doing the music with the Tesla coils.
Yeah.
They did this when we were in Boston. Oh yeah, we went to I was trying to figure out where the fuck we were. We were in the Science Museum, and they have this one room with these huge coils in it. And I mean, tons of metal or aluminum and shit, so these can conduct off of it. Mm-hmm. And they would do, it's a symphony. They would do Star Wars music. They did Harry Potter. And it's just the sound of the electricity hitting itself or the air, snapping in the air, breaking the sound wave. I'm not even sure. But it's pretty badass.
And they've got the bad fucking crowd noise.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm making an entrance in Create-A Wrestler style.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just, this is the
That looks
way...
cool, though.
Yeah, but this is the way that he's ending it.
It should have been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When he left his shit in the middle of the ring.
It should have fucking been when Lesnar beat him. That's what it should have been. He should have just fucking gone.
If you want to eat those mushrooms.
Why don't you bring Goldberg out? I mean, he had his best match with Goldberg, you know.
Yeah, that Saudi show really fucking set the tone. Pardon. I don't know where I should look.
Yeah.
So I just keep staring into the light like a goddamn fluttering moth.
Oh, there he is.
I am Mark Calloway. For $1,000, you can get my cameo. That's all he says. For 30 years, I was a dead man, and now, for the first time, I feel alive. I'm alive, man. I'm alive.
Give me your money.
Give me $1,000.
That's pretty much what it is. Give me your money.
Oh, I love it.
No one else in this company that's still working can have a third party. Social media. Except me. The Deadman! That's what I want him to say in mine. I want him to say, I sold out. I sold my soul to the Vince McMahon.
I mean, this part looks cool, but...
It'd be cool if the electricity was still going in the background.
Yeah. But he's had trouble with pyro guys before, so I'm sure he doesn't want anything fucking near him.
Oh, imagine if there was a real crowd. It'd be so much better.
Like, see, now where, like, the smoke is, that looks stupid. That all should be, like, lightning.
Yeah. Especially since you've been using the Tesla coils, yeah.
Lightning behind the smoke would look so cool.
And he's got his hands taped, he's got the fucking gloves. Like, come out in the outfit that he had when he wrestled AJ Styles in the Boneyard match.
Right.
Something that looks not like it's just your fucking ring gear.
Or come out in a classic, the glove.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Kane, what the fuck was the point of Kane coming out as Kane? He could have just literally come out.
It's not like Rikishi came out in the fucking Spanx and...
No, right. Kane could have come out in the, I call it the corporate, but the suit with the mask on.
Yep.
The suspension of disbelief is gone. Completely gone. Oh, look at it rise.
Cool.
Oh my god.
And that's the thing, is they pay attention to details like this,
So
but then
cool.
other things,
Where's he going?
Up to the moon.
Shawn Michaels is up that way, bud. You don't want to get beat up by him.
Well, they're gonna lower him back down.
It should have been in the center of the ring. How fucking stupid is this that it's on the stairs, and then I still have to make my way into the ring? I hate Brian Gerwitz. I miss Freddie Prinze Jr. writing this shit. Dirt Dome. That's what I said on the roof there. Dirt Dome. See? Dirt Dome.
And we'll just show the roof of the fucking building, because that matters.
And why do you have just like the regular moon in the background? There should be like all of his intros, all of them, all of his videos should be looping through a time loop from 1990 to 2020. Every fucking intro he's ever had, a fucking minute-long version of each one, playing in the background instead of that goddamn moon.
Surprised he didn't do the slow walk and come up back out on the fucking motorcycle.
Fred Durst coming out in a red hat. Keep rolling. Wait, I'm too old to do this.
He's not gonna fucking say anything, is he?
I'm gonna talk to you, Dave. Just to you, my one and only fan. I hear you talking shit now, but I saw your posts on Facebook and they said you loved me.
Yeah.
You can see where his cover-up went bad.
Yep. That's why you never get a fucking woman's name.
I wouldn't even
visibly
say
on
that. Right, visibly.
Visibly
Don't get
on
visibly on you, especially your fucking throat hole. Like,
That was a name?
yeah.
Yeah, well, it
I used to say
was.
Sarah.
Yeah, his first wife.
And then he found out she was a man. His name was Sam. He had a dick. He was like, no way, grave digging that.
But, like, why didn't, like you said, it should have been themed around The Undertaker. You've got these video screens. Why wasn't his logo on stuff all night long? You know, yeah.
And in the crowd, if it lights come back on, why don't you have fucking people that are known with The Undertaker that couldn't be there in these videos? I mean, why wouldn't you have... I don't know.
They put no thought into this.
They did it to do it. I already said that. I said it. I'll say it again.
Yep.
You did it to did it. You done did do it.
It was all an excuse to parade a few guys out and then to have him do his entrance.
Because they know their product sucks, so they're trying to milk the teats of that cow. They'll soon realize it's not a cow, it's a 12-year-old boy that they're trying to milk. Inappropriate, you got it, motherfucker. Shit!
Milk.
Like, oh, his logo's on the fucking ring post now, but you could have been doing that all night.
Oh, because the crowd.
Yeah, like, yeah, because they're chanting Undertaker, like, yeah, this is... And you're not showing them on the screens anymore, so who the fuck is chanting? So fucking dumb. I don't think this company's going to be better when Vince McMahon dies. Because you're still going to have the same fucking people running it.
I don't think, and I meant to send this to you in the message the other day and I forgot to, but it's because it's a corporate or publicly owned company or whatever the fuck it is, they don't give two goddamn squirrel turds about the wrestling fans' opinions. They are literally pandering to the money grubbers, the shareholders, and everybody like that they are trying to appease to.
Because they're making money in spite of it.
Right.
They don't give the product is shit, but they're still making money, so they don't fucking care.
Right.
Well, shit, Vince said it fucking 20 years ago. I don't give a damn what you think. You know, so...
I have a microphone in my hand.
He almost used it too, but he didn't.
He doesn't. I'm gonna break my neck. I'm gonna fuck Michelle McCool later.
I'm just gonna lay there and she's gonna ride me because I've got a bad hip.
It's gotta suck to have a wife that hot and not be able to fuck her like you should. Boy, howdy. Now I need to turn it down a little bit. Can you get you can't get subtitles? Oh, you're turning it right up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why not?
I didn't want you to get demonetized or whatever.
Fuck them.
Oh!
List. Time and time again. And now,
And he's looking around like he's actually fucking talking to somebody.
Yeah.
that's gone.
He's just reacting to dubbed over audio.
Oh, man. That...
time has come.
Like, how cool would it have been if all the motherfuckers that came out to the ring were standing around the ring right now?
Yeah.
So we
That would just add to that. Yeah.
Wrist.
Then you could have those guys, when that audio comes in, those guys get in on the chant, and now it sounds natural and he's reacting to real people fucking saying something to him. Because you know goddamn well the hard cameras on the side, they ain't got a single fucking monitor over there. Not that there's people around right now in any of those screens, but even on the hard camera side, there's probably fucking nothing to look at.
Oh, yeah. And they're using a chant that happened, like, at one of his lowest points, too, with the fucking match with Roman Reigns and shit. That's when the Thank You Taker, when he put his fucking jacket and stuff, that's when they were fucking chanting that, so you're getting a chant for when you were at one of your shittiest points.
Don't do it, you'll break your back. This was the only part I thought was cool.
That's cool.
Oh, wow.
A hologram of Paul Bearer, that's cool.
What was the whole Ashes thing?
Just the Undertaker thing.
Yeah, they used to say he used to draw power from the urn. Like, whoever was in the urn used to draw their power. And, of course, they'd use it to beat people over the head with, to cheat in the match.
I mean, it is on so many levels, and this may be like so cliche to say, this is a very, very bittersweet. Because, I mean, me as a wrestling fan, and I'm only going to speak for myself, I've only been alive 30 years. I've been alive the same amount of time he has been doing the WWE gimmick. 30 years of The Undertaker. So there hasn't been a time in my life, and it's obviously you too, because you watch the same shit, that Undertaker has not been a part of some form or fashion of wrestling for me. He's consistently been there. Even up to the last few years when I've been sporadically watching it, that was the same as his wrestling schedule, just randomly. So to me, it is very sad to see somebody that does mean so much to this business that I fell in love with, finally, officially say it.
When you've been alluding to it for years.
Yep. Because this is just, and this is pun intended, no pun intended, another nail in the coffin of why I personally am falling out of love with wrestling. Because the people that are wrestling now are not going and don't have the same gravity as somebody like this or somebody like a Ric Flair. And I'm not saying in-ring wise, but just overall. I mean, when he debuted, he instantly changed me from liking Hulk Hogan to liking him. Right. Instantly. As soon as he walked out, I was mesmerized by his character. Yep. And then you see this. And then honestly, when he was never even he was one of my favorites as a kid, but he was always the foil to the guys I rooted for as a kid. Every fucking person I wanted to win, this asshole would say no. Yep. Mankind. The Kane shit, because I was fresh right in it. And I was like, Kane, this is my guy. And then Undertaker, for months, would be like, no, I'm not fighting my brother. Not doing this. And then when they and Kane's doing everything to piss him off, to get his goat, try to coax him into fighting him. And I'm like, man, when they finally do, Kane is going to kill him. And then boom, bam. Taker's like, no. So Taker is huge to wrestling, but huge to me because, I mean, yeah, he's not my favorite, but he's right up there. And it is sad to see him officially go, because there's not many guys left that I really give a shit about wanting to see.
I just wish he hadn't had the past couple years of bad shit. And then this happened. Have him retire after that.
See, but I look at that, though, as the same as, like, people... No, I'm not saying you're saying this, but people that say the new Star Wars ruined the old Star Wars. Stop watching it. Don't watch his shit.
No, I'm not saying it ruins it, but it just...
I know you. That's why I said you didn't say that. I know what you're saying is, like, it's still there. That shit is still there. Like, you gotta... that Goldberg thing, you're never gonna... No one's gonna forget that. But... Nah. I guess hearing him talk about it and making light of it made it easier for me to get over that. Because it's like, man, this motherfucker can acknowledge that bullshit. I can't hate on him too much. And I did. I respected him a lot more when he talked about that Goldberg match and how shitty it was. Because it's like, good. I'm glad you can be honest with yourself and not be so consumed by...
You weren't honest in yourself in the moment, but you were honest in yourself later on.
Later on, right. You
Yeah.
had foresight or, time to think about it.
And that's like, on the upcoming Broken Skull sessions, he talks about how he knew that the Roman Reigns match wasn't a good match and that he wasn't ready for it. Well, then why are you wrestling more?
Right.
I could train harder and I feel better. Well, still, but you know that you had that shitty of a match. And you're gonna do more. That's
right.
just your fucking ego talking at that point.
Right. Yeah, because when I was watching the Undertaker Last Ride thing, and he went up to Vince, whenever the fuck it was, and he's like, that's it, that's the last one. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I know already that you have at least 3 more matches that you go through with after this. Like,
Wow.
So seeing that also made me kind of lose a little credibility with him, because it's like, you're not a man of integrity.
You're doing it for money. Yeah, you're doing it for money now. Yep.
So, but I guess, we've seen it so many times, though. I mean, the guys that put that time in that business and made that their lives, how do you say no? Ric Flair couldn't. Shawn Michaels didn't after 8 years. Hulk Hogan never can. Like, it's got to be the rush of one. As you get older, you realize I'm still wanted. So if I'm still being requested, I feel like I need to fulfill that obligation, because if I can't, then I'm going to look bad. Opposed to just admitting I can't. Like the ego, that's the ego.
Yeah.
And wrestlers say this. Every one of them has an ego. So to sit back and think Undertaker doesn't have an ego?
No,
it's crazy. But yeah, no. I think, what did I say? I think Jones Jr. got like $10 million for his fight with fucking Mayweather. Maybe more.
Oh, yeah.
$10 million doesn't seem like a lot for their world. I don't know. Jesus Christ.
Not to us.
If I hadn't fought in like 20, 30 years and you told me it's just going to be an exhibition fight and I'm already loaded with money, but at $10 million, you want me? And I got 6 months to train? Damn, $10 million. That's a big motivator. Like you said, especially to us.
Watch to us. Yeah.
So, imagine Undertaker for that Saudi match. I'm going to... Hey, Taker, here's $100 million. How do you say no to that? I don't know if it's... but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But again, though, it goes back to you gotta have integrity.
Yeah.
Like...
Especially when he was so protective of everything from the beginning, and then you see, that.
Yep. I'm not going to disagree with that. And then that's the thing, it's the bittersweet. The sweetness is the Undertaker. I got to enjoy him my whole life of wrestling.
Yep.
Every capacity, I had all the toys from every version, played him in every game, watched him in every fucking match, enjoyed him throughout the years. In 2008 and shit like that, when you never thought it was going to happen, he wins the world title again against Edge.
Yep. And a really great match, too.
Great feud. Good. He did. He definitely should have ended his career before he did. But, unfortunately didn't, and that's the bitter part. That was not a great send-off for The Undertaker.
He beat Hogan in his first... world title match. 1 year after he debuted. He beat Hogan again in 2002 to win the Undisputed title.
Yep.
He won the Royal Rumble, 25-2 at WrestleMania.
Yep.
It
should have happened a while ago.
Yeah.
But to me, the only reason they did it was because it's Survivor Series. It is his 30th. we're trying to bring in light on our product right now. I don't know. This felt like it could have been a Monday Night Raw. You could have had this a Mundertaker,
and you would have had more people watching it.
Yeah,
you know, you would have gotten a rating for that.
Yeah,
you know, and then that's all they care about now is the fucking TV. So why wouldn't you do it on Raw?
Yep.
Or do it Raw and SmackDown. You know, break it up so that you get it on both shows and he gets an even bigger light shined on.
Exactly, and then you can have the guys that you bring in talk, and because that was a waste. You didn't even do like videos of them doing like not a promo, but like just a small little interview. Sprinkle that through the Survivor Series, and then when those guys come out, you're like, oh, Henry O'Godwin, yeah, he's that dude that did the fucking. Because the casual fan, like you said, isn't gonna know who the fuck they are. But if you had the O'Godwins, sitting together, doing like. They don't have to be in character. Just being like, Undertaker's one of our boys. We go have a good time with him. And underneath it says the Godwins or whatever. You know what I mean? And then when you see them come out, you're like, oh, they're the good old boys are. Whatever the fuck it was. Were they the good old boys? Or no? That was, I'm thinking of Hillbilly Jim's music.
Yeah.
What was
they used that for a while.
Did they use that song?
Yeah,
Okay.
When Hillbilly Jim was managing them. But like, they on Instagram and stuff, the wrestlers were doing cosplay as their favorite moments of The Undertaker. Why weren't you having them do that?
Right.
You know, like just small little videos of Alexa Bliss because she dressed up like him in the gray.
Yeah, all of them.
Why did you pick that one? Why didn't you pick Ministry of Darkness? You know,
or why didn't you have all the superstars that? I don't even care if they fucking competed or not. Go back and change. Come out in an Undertaker shirt. Be at the entranceway for him. Like, I don't need you to have him do an Undertaker farewell as the Undertaker. I want to see you come out and say farewell to the Undertaker. I don't want him to say farewell to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because now you're implying you are going away forever.
Which you're not, because anytime they ask you to do something, may not be wrestling, but you're going to fucking do it.
Right. So if you have the guys that came out, the legends came out, and they're by the ringside, so like you said, he had somebody to talk to, he could pull emotion from them, vice versa, they're around the ringside.
Guys could try to get him to crack character, you know.
And then, when he does his little, bye-bye, whatever, have everybody up at the ramp that is active in competitors with Undertaker t-shirts on and gloves, mass produce them for your superstars, and they're all just standing there clapping for the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Give real emotion to that fucking moment opposed to Taker. Just go out there and get him, kid. Because it's just like it fell flat on its face for me.
Yeah.
And even when I watched like the snippets on YouTube, I'm just like, this is lame. This doesn't even have like the gravitas that it should. And I thought, well, maybe watching it with Mark and David will still be good. But I mean,
yeah, it was bad. Like some of the visuals were cool, but
no motorcycle, like. No.
Like I said, like he could have gone back and gotten the motorcycle and done that too.
Well, his intro's already too fucking long. At least come out. And like the gong, do the Undertaker intro music, have the lightning, and then all of a sudden when the flames come out, have him as the Undertaker, riding the motorcycle about halfway through to the ramp or whatever, and then it's got the Limp Bizkit song, and then there's a hat on the motorcycle, you just don't see it because the smoke's covering it, right? But he's got like the bandana on just to look that moment, and then as soon as he gets up off the motorcycle, he grabs the hat, and then puts it on, and then walks the rest of the ring as the Undertaker. Something creative.
And you've got the electricity. Instead of doing those spirals of flames, have his fucking symbol go up in flames like you did in the Attitude Era. Have him do that, and
not
like
even that. Not only that, but you know how they fucking constantly use the hologram machine anyways?
Yep.
Why not have a giant fucking cross floating above him lit on fire?
Yeah.
Something so crazy that it's like, this is the Undertaker. I mean, Christ, Warrior had his giant fucking face made out of a metal frame with fireworks coming off of it in 90.
And nobody in the back is suggesting this shit. Like, I can't believe that nobody is saying.
Or Vince is saying, well, there's no crowd here, pal. No reason. Well, what do you mean? What's the point of any of this?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know. Fuck it.
It's a, like you said, it's a bittersweet way for it to end.
Yeah.
especially for it being my favorite wrestler. And to see the downfall the past few years, but I like going back and watching stuff that he did before, and like the last ride thing has been kind of to hear his perspective on things has been cool, but then to know he didn't really realize in the moment how shitty his stuff was getting, it kind of sours me on a lot of things about him. That he let the ego take over too much. And you can say the same kind of about Flair going to TNA and wrestling.
Yeah, he only
shit like that. Money. Yeah, so he didn't do it because he wanted to wrestle again. He did it for the money. Because all they do when they left that company was shit on it as soon as they left.
Yeah.
So. Yep. And like he scheduled himself for StarCast with Conrad, and then he went back and signed with Vince McMahon again. He could have gone on conventions and made so much more fucking money.
Yeah.
He could have done Comic-Cons for the next 10 years and made shitloads more money than he would with WWE. But I don't know.
I don't know about that. I really don't know about that, only because he's making $1,000 a video. I don't know if he's making that. He's making more than that because he's getting paid to do that job. Plus, he's getting paid the fucking... That $1,000, whatever the difference is, that's a lot of fucking money. Plus, he's got some kind of bullshit Legends contract where he's probably got an ironclad contract, creative control, whatever the fuck it is. I don't even know. There's so much of it. Like, I don't even think... These people don't even need the money, let alone keep making more.
I mean, if he comes back... If he comes back just to do, interviews for other people's stuff, like for other people's documentaries and stuff, but if he's coming out on a retro Raw just to do his fucking entrance and do his fucking pose, that's some bullshit.
Right, and they're never going to use him as somebody to get somebody over on.
No.
So, he doesn't really have a purpose anymore, wrestling-wise.
Not like he's going to be a commissioner or a general manager or anything like that.
I would like to see him, you could do... figure out some storyline. I'm not saying he's even come back for a match. But, you can do something where maybe 10 years, I don't even know, a handful of years down the line, the Bray Wyatt thing needs something fresh. So you have Undertaker just pop in and fuck his day up to remind him who he is. I don't know, something... so minute, but yet it has to have a meaning other than, like you just said, a retro Raw. I don't want to see him come out Raw 35.
Like Austin coming out doing the beers and stuff on a retro Raw makes more sense than The Undertaker just coming out to do a fucking entrance.
Right. Right. Like, if he makes an appearance every year, once a year at Mania, I don't even know, have a purpose, again... Sure, then let that be his thing, but there's no reason for that even at this point anyways.
If he's going to come out and chokeslam somebody just to do it,
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know.
But
for that to be the end of your pay-per-view, too, at least, I can't imagine if you don't have the network and you're paying $60 for this shit, that's...
Cornette? He doesn't have the network.
Tax write-off, though. It's a business expense.
It's a business.
Yep.
Still, though, that's the idea, though. He's one of them that would be paying for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
at that point, why wouldn't you do the $10 a month instead of fucking paying that? But I don't know.
Because I said fuck them and fuck you and a cheeseburger and a fucking Sprite. Fuck you. That's pretty much what he probably would say to you.
Yeah.
I ain't watching that product. I wipe my dick hole with that product. Fuck you.
He wouldn't be watching it unless people wanted him to comment.
The only thing I watch is Rhea Ripley. She could rip my asshole apart. Fuck you. That's how he talks, basically.
Yep.
Fuck you, Brian Last.
He really hates the women's wrestling, which is fucking tremendous.
He has every right to it.
I find him very entertaining.
He's a fun dude.
Very much so.
And that's the thing, like, when he picks shit apart, it's so fucking entertaining. That's the thing. He makes it entertaining. Even if you don't agree with what he's saying, he fucking makes it entertaining. You know?
That's for sure. He does. He is a funny man.
I wish he would do more public appearances, though. But I get he doesn't fly, so he doesn't.
And he will not go out during this pandemic.
Yeah. Goes to the post office, though, because he sells all his shit, but...
A lot of people won't leave their house just to get groceries.
Liberals.
It's crazy. A lot of people I watch on, like, streamers and, like, Twitch people and YouTube people, it's like,
Well, now you can get everything you want fucking delivered to your house.
I know.
You know, you can order it all
Or
online.
you can just drive up to, like, a curbside, like,
Yeah.
Pizza Hut. Last night I got Pizza Hut, and they, sir, you want it right in your passenger seat? Yes, I do. Throw it right in.
Yep.
Pizza Hut sounds pretty good. Did you bring any over or no?
No.
Well, thanks for mentioning it.
Sorry.
Okay.
do you want to watch anymore, or do you kind of want to...
I kind of ran out of steam, to be honest
Yeah,
with you. Yeah, that was not eventful
No.
at all. I honestly, I did. I thought when they announced this, I was like, this is going to be like better than the Jericho thing. And I think honestly, Jericho's was better
Yeah.
because they had at least they had wrestling. At least he wrestled.
It was a shitty match, but at least he wrestled. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he could have chokeslammed Shane McMahon and that be them all leaving the ring. Like, because he was getting fired up, so they all left the ring.
Or somebody could have come out and been like, whoa, I get you're the Undertaker and all that, but that was 30 years ago, this is now, and then just fucked him. Fuck him to death. What are we gonna do? We're gonna fuck him to death. But no, yeah, have him do something like, I don't know. Like, when I think of Ric Flair's, like, farewell after WrestleMania, I get choked up. Because I can picture his old decrepit ass back in 2008 tearing up. And I'm like, my God, that match was so fucking emotional. The whole fucking 2000 and beginning of 8 was so emotional for Ric Flair because every match could have been his last. MVP, fucking Mr. Anderson, and now Shawn Michaels and Carlito. And you know, there was emotion behind it.
Yep.
This is like, finally.
Yeah. Yep.
Finally we got to this fucking point.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I feel about that.
So what'd you think, Mark?
I enjoyed it. I mean, for not watching a lot of this stuff, that was kind of...
Yeah, if you're watching it in a vacuum.
I really
guess,
don't
yeah.
have anything to compare it to, so...
See, and that's the problem with... If a... Not even like saying you, but like if someone just jumps in and they think that's good... Then they're only going to support that and not realize this is kind of shit. I shouldn't even really watch this.
Right?
But without knowing, you don't know,
Yeah.
you know? I don't know.
Do you have an idea what we're going to do for the next comic shop, or no?
No, no, I'd like to actually do the wrestling ring one again and get the ECW one out of the way.
That's what I was thinking. I definitely want to do ECW.
Well,
it's been alright. I mean, it was... I liked watching it and talking about it, but that whole thing was just... I'm glad we didn't watch the whole Survivor Series either. Cause
I have no interest in any WWE product television. The Royal Rumble, we'll watch. I'll want to watch that because it's the Royal Rumble.
and it'll be cool to get everybody together and do, you know...
God, you know it's going to suck without a crowd for the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. Like, they'll have dubbed over audio of countdowns.
Yep.
But...
And you won't have the pop for, you know, if they do surprises or anything like that.
Which they shouldn't. Don't even do surprises this year because... Just, yeah. Other than that, I don't give a fuck about any of them.
Yep. Yeah, it's bad. And they keep signing people, they keep bringing people up. With NXT being on national television, if you do anything as one of them as a surprise, it doesn't matter because people have fucking seen them. Before, when they were in NXT, only certain fans had seen them, so it was an actual surprise.
Well, my question is, and I probably should have thought of this when we were watching the match, but why was it brand against brand opposed to, like, WWE against Retribution?
Yeah. They've pretty much given up on that shit already.
It's all garbage to me. It's not my cup of tea, man. Not anymore, it isn't.
No, I only really wanted to do it because I thought that 5-on-5 match would be good, but it really wasn't, and I did want to see the farewell of The Undertaker, but I'm certainly not overwhelmed by it, so...
I'm like, how much How much fun are you going to have watching that 5-on-5 match when no one from Team Raw got eliminated, one of the assholes from Team SmackDown sacrificed himself, so there's no fear, or not fear, but there's no suspension there.
Yeah.
It just, I felt like all of this, every time I kept looking at the screen, I kept thinking, all of this is a video game. And I'm not saying because of the way it looked. I was not invested. I pretty much knew what was going to happen. I'm not saying the match-wise, but alright, here's a 5-on-5 match. The Undertaker's saying bye-bye. There's not really a whole lot of heart into it. It's just, it's not there.
Yeah. And you do Asuka and Sasha Banks again. You know, like...
It just doesn't do anything for
Yeah.
me. So that pretty much wraps it up for me.
Well, yeah, that's... there's pretty much no steam left in this whatsoever because that was just fucking horrible. But this has been the Wrestling Ring on the Comic Wrestling Podcast. I'm Deadly Dave.
I'm Ace Williams.
I'm Markadius.
Thanks for checking it out. Be sure to tune in for the comic shop and then be doing ECW. So be sure to check that out.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck you!